Hello, I'm Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to the Roost Home Loan Affordability Report for June. This is a measure of how much of your income it costs to service an average type of mortgage. We've been collecting this data for nearly 6 years and we combine house prices, interest rates and incomes to get a sense of what's happening with home loan affordability. And what this shows, and you can see here from this chart, that home loan affordability has worsened over the last 6 to 7 years as house prices rose quite sharply. However, it has improved dramatically in the last 2 to 3 years as house prices fell a bit and interest rates fell quite a lot. Now what we've found, and we do this report every month, is that in June, home loan affordability worsened very slightly. Now our measure looks at the percentage of a median take-home pay is necessary to service the mortgage, an 80% mortgage, on the median house. Now in June from May we saw a slight, very slight, you've got to see it in the chart, a very slight increase in that proportion from 61.4% to 61.8%. Remember, this is the national figure. You can drill down into the story underneath to see what's happening in your region. Now this shows that affordability is actually worse than it was a year ago, 56.1% a year ago, it's now 61.8%. However, much, much better than it was 3 years ago in June 2007 when it was up over 82.6% nationally. Now obviously, since those dark days of very bad affordability in the middle of 2007, house prices have come off, depending on how you measure it, from 5 to 10%. We've also seen interest rates drop from as high as 10-11% to around 6-7% now. And when we look at house prices between June and May, they're up very slightly, but that doesn't mean the housing market's going all that strong. When you look at the volume figures, they're down around 20 to 25% from a year ago. When you look at interest rates, during June, we saw a reasonably flat 2-year fixed mortgage rate, which is the one we use in this survey. But we're likely to see affordability improve slightly in July from June because that 2-year fixed mortgage rate is down very slightly. The bank's passed on a slight cut in wholesale mortgage rates. But longer term, particularly if you're floating, you're going to see interest rates rise over the next few months as the official cash rate continues to be pushed up by the Reserve Bank, assuming, of course, we don't see some sort of financial crisis which stops the Reserve Bank from putting up interest rates. However, that interest rate outlook aside, looking at house prices, they're likely to be flat to falling, according to most economists at least. And incomes are set to rise as we see tax cuts from October. Overall, the picture then is that home loan affordability has improved from a couple of years ago. And in June, worsened very slightly. But the outlook is for slightly better home loan affordability over the next few months as perhaps house prices fall, incomes rise, and interest rates, well, maybe they're up or down depending on which way you go, fixed or floating. There we have it, the Home Loan Affordability Report. We'll have this every month, and it's brought to you in association with Roost.